Bad Bunny and Shakira speak out against ICE raids in Puerto Rico. A deep dive into the immigration controversy and its wider impact. In recent weeks, Puerto Rico has become a focal point of intense controversy and public outcry following a series of Immigration and Customs Enforcement (ICE) operations targeting undocumented immigrants across the island. These operations, part of a broader crackdown ordered by the administration of former President Donald Trump, have sparked widespread protests, brought harsh criticism from influential public figures such as Bad Bunny and Shakira, and ignited heated debates about immigration policies, human rights, and the role of law enforcement agencies in the United States and its territories. The incident that sparked a wave of criticism. Bad Bunny's reaction. The renowned Puerto Rican artist and global music icon Bad Bunny recently took to social media to condemn the actions of ICE officers after witnessing an arrest firsthand on Avenida Pontezuela in Carolina, Puerto Rico. Sharing a video on his Instagram story, Bad Bunny voiced his frustration and anger at what he described as the unnecessary and aggressive conduct of the officers. In the video, Bad Bunny is heard speaking passionately in Spanish, saying, "Those airs are in these cars, RAV4s. They're here in Pontezuela. Sons of bitches, instead of letting the people alone and working." His words resonate deeply with many Puerto Ricans and immigrants who feel targeted and victimized by these raids. This moment captured the broader sentiment among many island residents, who see the ICE operations not just as a law enforcement measure but as a direct threat to their communities, families, and way of life. Bad Bunny's outspoken criticism highlights the emotional toll these raids have taken on Puerto Rico's population, especially given the island's already fragile economic and social conditions. Background: the ICE raids in Puerto Rico and the Trump administration's crackdown. The ICE operations in Puerto Rico are part of a large-scale effort initiated by the Trump administration to intensify immigration enforcement across the United States and its territories. These raids specifically target undocumented immigrants accused of violating immigration laws, including overstaying visas or entering the country illegally. Since the start of the crackdown in Puerto Rico, over 500 people have been detained, with an estimated 75% of those arrested being from the Dominican Republic. The raids have occurred in various neighborhoods and have caused widespread fear and uncertainty, disrupting families and communities. Puerto Rico, a U.S. territory with its own unique legal and political status, has a significant immigrant population, including many from the Dominican Republic and other Caribbean nations. The raids have been seen by many as disproportionately affecting these vulnerable groups, sparking concerns about racial profiling and the humanitarian consequences of such aggressive immigration enforcement. Protests erupt nationwide. Voices against the ICE raids. The ICE operations in Puerto Rico have sparked protests not only on the island but also across major U.S. cities with large Latino populations, such as New York City and Los Angeles. Demonstrators have gathered to express their opposition to the raids and to demand humane treatment of immigrants. In Los Angeles, the protests intensified, leading President Trump to deploy the California National Guard to help quell the demonstrations. This move, however, was met with strong resistance from California's Governor Gavin Newsom, who formally requested the Trump administration to rescind the deployment and return command of the troops to the state. Governor Newsom's pushback represents the broader conflict between federal and state authorities over immigration enforcement, highlighting the political divisions that immigration issues often provoke in the United States. The legal battles surrounding this case continue to unfold in the courts, with significant implications for the balance of power between federal and state governments. Shakira joins the call for unity and humane treatment. Joining Bad Bunny in speaking out against the aggressive immigration policies is the Colombian-born superstar Shakira. In a recent interview with BBC News, Shakira expressed her sadness and concern over the impact of these raids on families and communities. "It's painful to see," she said, emphasizing the need for unity and compassion in times of crisis. "Now more than ever we have to remain united. Now more than ever we have to raise our voices and make it very clear that a country can change its immigration policies, but the treatment of all people must always be humane." Shakira's words reflect a growing sentiment among many public figures, human rights organizations, and ordinary citizens who advocate for immigration reform that respects the dignity and rights of all individuals, regardless of their immigration status. The human impact of the ICE raids: families torn apart and communities in fear. Beyond the headlines and political rhetoric, the human impact of the ICE raids in Puerto Rico is profound. Families are being separated, with parents detained and children left uncertain and vulnerable. Many detained individuals face difficult legal battles, limited access to legal representation, and the constant fear of deportation. The raids have also exacerbated existing social and economic challenges on the island. Puerto Rico has been grappling with a severe economic crisis, natural disasters such as Hurricane Maria, and ongoing recovery efforts. The additional stress and disruption caused by immigration enforcement have only deepened the hardships faced by many residents. Moreover, the raids have sparked fears of racial profiling and discrimination, as many community members perceive that immigrants from specific backgrounds are being unfairly targeted. This has fueled protests and demands for greater accountability and transparency in immigration enforcement practices. Political and legal ramifications. A nation divided. The ICE operations in Puerto Rico have become a microcosm of the broader national debate over immigration in the United States. The differing responses from the federal government, state authorities, local communities, and public figures reveal deep divisions about how immigration laws should be enforced and how immigrants should be treated. Legal challenges are ongoing, with courts reviewing the legitimacy of the raids, the deployment of National Guard troops, and the broader policies driving these enforcement actions. The outcomes of these cases will likely influence immigration policy and enforcement practices for years to come. Meanwhile, political leaders continue to use immigration as a key issue in their platforms, reflecting its importance to many voters and communities. The role of celebrities in social and political activism. The involvement of celebrities like Bad Bunny and Shakira in this issue highlights the growing role of public figures in shaping social and political discourse. Their platforms allow them to bring attention to complex and often overlooked issues, influencing public opinion and encouraging civic engagement. Bad Bunny, as a Puerto Rican artist deeply connected to his community, uses his voice to stand up for those affected by policies he sees as unjust. Shakira's call for unity and humane treatment resonates across borders, underscoring the shared humanity behind immigration debates.